Did the ancient Chimu civilization invent a telephone 1,200 years ago? Archaeologists believe this to be an incredible feat of ancient invention, astonishing most who hear about it. Found in the ruins of Chan, Peru, this sophisticated communication artifact is considered a form of an early telephone. It is the earliest known example of telephone technology in the Western Hemisphere. This seemingly out-of-place artifact serves as evidence of the impressive innovation of the coastal Chimu people in the Rio Moche Valley in northern Peru. Ramiro Matos, curator at the National Museum of the American Indian and Maai, stated, "This is a unique artifact. It comes from the consciousness of an indigenous society that had no written language." How was the Chimu telephone created? The primitive telephone appears to be a simple voice transmission device, similar to the lover's telephone, that was known for hundreds of years but became popular in the 19th century. Many of us are familiar with the lover's telephone, made from two tin cans connected by a string, allowing people to talk back and forth. Though primarily seen as a novelty, the Chimu device, described as a musical instrument, consists of two gourd tops connected by a long cord. Each gourd, about 8.9 centimeters, 3.5 inches, in length, is coated with resin and acts as both a transmitter and receiver of sound. Around the base of each gourd, there is a hidden membrane extending over the opening. The two ends are connected by a cotton fiber cord that stretches up to 22.8 meters, 75 feet. This one-of-a-kind artifact is believed to predate the earliest telephone research from 1833, which started with non-electric wire devices, by more than 1,000 years. The gourds and cord are too delicate for physical testing, but researchers have been able to piece together how the device may have functioned. However, what remains a mystery is how the Chimu people actually used this ancient telephone. What was the purpose of the Chimu telephone? In Chimu society, only the upper class or the priestly class would have had access to such a valuable tool. According to Matos, the telephone, with its ability to transmit voice across space directly into the ear of the receiver, was a tool designed for a high level of executive communication. There could have been multiple applications for this ancient telephone, such as communication between assistants and high-ranking elites through chambers or antechambers. It may have been used to avoid direct contact, maintain status, or ensure security. Like many other ancient marvels, the Chimu telephone could also have been a device designed to impress believers. Disembodied voices emerging from a handheld object might have shocked and convinced people of the power and status of the ruling class or priests. This valuable artifact was once owned by Baron Warram V. von Scholler, who participated in several excavations in Peru during the 1930s. He may have personally unearthed the artifact from the ruins of Chan. Von Scholler distributed his collection to various museums, and the artifact eventually ended up in the archives of the National Museum of the American Indian in Maryland, USA, where it has been carefully preserved under strict conditions. Matos, an anthropologist and archaeologist specializing in the Central Andes, explains that the Chimu people were highly skilled and inventive. This is evident in their sophisticated hydraulic canal systems, intricate artifacts, and highly detailed metalwork. The Chimu civilization and its achievements. The Chimu were the inhabitants of the kingdom of Chimer, with its magnificent capital, Chan, a vast adobe complex. It was the largest city of the pre-Columbian era, covering nearly 20 square kilometers, 7.7 square miles, and home to around 100,000 people by 1200 AD. The entire city was built from sun-dried mud bricks and adorned with elaborate sculptures, reliefs, and wall carvings on nearly every surface. The Chimu culture emerged around 900 AD, but was ultimately conquered by the Inca around 1470 AD. The Chimu telephone, and many other astonishing ancient inventions remind us that past civilizations were capable of extraordinary innovations, ideas, and creations, long before the modern world imagined them.